Hey everyone. In this video, I want to talk about the one time you should give up on something. You know how quite often we see quotes where people say, never give up on your dreams and don't ever give up on things that you desire. And I would agree with that to a certain extent, but there is a time where it's worthwhile to give up on something. And that is when you change your mind or decide that you no longer want that thing. Because so often we buy into that mantra of never give up, that we feel like if we give up on anything, even things that we don't even want anymore, that it's a bad thing, that people will judge us for it and we'll be failing ourselves and we'll be a failure over it. But that's all BS. If you decide that you no longer want something, that you no longer want to pursue someone or pursue a career or a goal or a dream, whatever it may be, immediately stop going after it. You see, life is way too short to continue pursuing and wasting time on things that you no longer want. Let me give you an example from my own life. When I was younger, when I first started going to junior college before university, I thought I wanted to be an engineer. So I was studying aerospace engineering, and then I later changed to mechanical engineering. And then at some point, I realized I didn't even want to be an engineer at all. Like, that was something that other people kind of projected onto me because they knew I would be good at it. My parents kind of, it's not so much that they wanted me to go down that route to so that they could brag to other parents about me, like their son being an engineer. It's just that they thought I would be good at it and they knew I had the intelligence for it and the work ethic. So they kind of just steered me in that direction, and I thought that it was something that I wanted as well because I knew I'd be good at it. But then I realized I wanted to help people. And at some point, I realized that the easiest and best way to help others was via business, being an entrepreneur, starting your own company and using it to help others. And as soon as I realized that, I was like, I need to study business, not engineering, because I want to dedicate my life to helping other people. So I went to school, or I changed my major to business administration and then transferred to university and studied entrepreneurship. And I'm really glad I gave up on engineering because I wouldn't be here today making these videos with you guys and meeting so many of you awesome, incredible people. I mean, now I feel like I have all these pen pals all over the world, all these friends I haven't even met yet in person, and it's awesome. But I wouldn't have done any of this if I had gone down the engineering route. But since I gave up on that because I realized it wasn't what I wanted, it opened the door for me to pursue something way more meaningful and better for myself. So, if you're going to give up on something, make sure you give up on things that you don't actually desire anymore, things that no longer speak to your heart. But don't give up on things that you actually truly want just because it gets difficult. I mean, there were times where studying entrepreneurship where it got tough or where I even questioned it, or even now in my current life path, there have been times where I can wonder if it's the right thing to do. But just because things get difficult, I don't stop going. Like, never give up on your dreams just because it gets tough. Like, come on. That is the worst thing you can do. So, I'm not arguing at all that you should give up on things that you actually desire. Do not do that, no matter how difficult or tough it gets. Do not give up on what you truly desire. But it is okay, in my opinion, to give up on things that no longer speak to you, things that you no longer desire. In that case, I would say do it sooner rather than later. And do not fall victim to sunk cost fallacy. For those of you who don't know, that's basically where after you've invested a certain amount of time and effort into something, people will often continue investing time and effort into it just because they spent that amount of time and effort on it already. They'll buy into this fallacy that they don't want to lose the cost that they've already put in, their time and effort, so they continue putting in more to see it through. But that's so incredibly stupid when it comes to your goals and dreams and your time in life. You only get so much time. So even if you spent a year, 5 years, 10 years into a life path that you eventually realize is not what you desire, give up on it immediately. Stop putting in time and effort into a path that you do not want. Life is way too short for that. You could die tomorrow, and if that were to happen, would you be happy that you continued putting in time and effort into something you didn't want just because, oh, I already put in all this time and effort into it, I should see it through? No, Don't do that. Do not buy into sunk cost fallacy. It is BS. Don't do it. It's a big mistake. So, in general, guys, life is just way too short. Once you realize that you no longer want a life path or just anything that you're currently spending a lot of time and effort trying to obtain, immediately stop. Figure out what you truly desire and go after that. And then once you're on that path and you know it's what you want, do not give up on it, no matter how difficult it gets. Do not be one of those weak minded people who give up on their dreams just because it got too difficult. Don't be one of them. Oh man, you guys can see I'm passionate about this. But for real, if you do that and we meet up in person, I will lose respect for you. So don't be one of those people. Only give up on things that you truly no longer desire. There we go. That's the key distinction here. And that's the only time I would tell people to give up on something. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. That's today's video. It's a bit more of a passionate one for me. But I hope you enjoyed it. And if so, make sure to subscribe or follow if you enjoy the content and you haven't already done so. Otherwise, be sure to like the video. That's literally the easiest way you can help me out because it'll help the algorithm. And then comment, let me know your thoughts on this, and be sure, be sure to tune in for the next video. But otherwise, remember guys, we're all in this journey together. So keep going, keep being strong, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Arrivederci.